Hi, I'm Kevin Michalowski, editor of Concealed Carry Magazine. In this edition of Into the Fray, we'll address another letter from a viewer who's asking us if he should have done something differently when he got robbed. I'd like to read this note so I get it all correct, and then we'll address some of the facts that go along with this. Hi, Kevin. My name is Patrick. I drive a taxi cab at night, and one night I picked up 6 young adults to go out to East Lansing. As I arrived, I let them know the fare was $38. I had 5 people in the back seat and 1 in the front passenger side with me. All during the trip, they kept asking me if I had change for a $100 bill. I told them I wasn't sure, but I would check. As they got out, one of the guys opened my driver's side door, and that's when I knew things went wrong. I had my pouch with all my money I had made that night in my hand, and he grabbed the money and ran. I didn't think to pull out my weapon with the other guy sitting in the passenger seat. Is there anything I could have done? What could I have done differently? Well, first of all, good job on not pulling out your weapon, Patrick. That wasn't officially a deadly force incident, and you can't shoot somebody who's running away from you just because they took your money. So I'm glad that you didn't pull out your weapon. But also, think about some of what's going on here with this situation. You have a large group of people. You're clearly outnumbered late at night. Maybe step number 1 is not to pick up 5 people late at night and drive them across town. That's step number 1, is to avoid those situations if you have even the inkling that something might go bad. I know I don't want people to be paranoid, but at least be prepared. The second most important thing in this event is the classic shark bump. Okay? What happened here is these guys started asking, hey, do you have change for 100? Hey, do you have change for 100? The reason people do that on the street is not because they need change for 100. Whether you're driving a taxi cab or you're walking around the city streets or no matter what you're doing, if someone approaches you and says, hey, you got a match. Hey, what time is it? Hey, do you got change for a 20? Anything like that, that is to feel you out. They want you to start thinking about something different. Look down at your watch. Open your wallet. The worst thing to do is pull out your wallet and say, let me look for change. They're going to snatch that wallet and they're going to take off. Or they're going to pull a weapon and demand the money. So know those things. That's the situational awareness part of what we're doing. Know those indicators. When somebody starts asking you for time, change, do you have money, all of those approaches, those aren't just people coming out of the blue, hey, I just want to be friendly. Those are people feeling you out. Now, the third element here, which is very important from a tactical situation, is the person sitting in the passenger seat. That's a huge problem. I know, again, this guy's a taxi driver and he wants to make the money, but don't put somebody in that passenger seat, especially then he had another guy get out of the back seat, walk to his driver's door and pull his door open. Think about where you're sitting in that driver's seat. You are directly between 2 adversaries now. You've got people on both sides of you, and you don't know which one you're going to have to deal with. If this driver went for his pistol and pulled it out, who's he going to point it at? If he tries with his right hand to go to the person in the passenger seat, well, he's pretty much given that pistol to the guy over there. It's very close quarters. If he goes this way to the guy on the outside, now he's got his back to another adversary. This is just a terrible situation to be in. I'm really happy that Patrick got out of this with only losing his money. But all of these indicators lead up to some situational awareness things that we have to pay attention to. You have to know what's going on around you. And you have to start thinking in terms of what will happen if this goes wrong. And starting out right from the beginning, it's 5 against 1. I don't even like those odds if I have a gun, okay? So let's avoid those situations where you can be vastly outnumbered. Second, take steps to keep yourself safe. Keep the doors locked so nobody can get access to your driver's side. And finally, don't be pulling out big wads of money. If somebody asks you for change, the answer is no, I don't have change. But if you're a really nice person and you really want to try to help, at least have just a little bit of money in your pocket. No, I'm sorry, all I got is $3. If you want it, here you go. Maybe that'll get them away from you. I'm Kevin Michalowski, editor of Concealed Carry Magazine. If you like these videos, please share them with all your friends and subscribe to our page. We'll give you more great information every week.